Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Deus Ex Human Revolution Blind. Now, I've got a lot of things to do here on the streets of Detroit, and I haven't even finished exploring all of the areas, so I'll start with that.
Welcome to the Detroit Automated Information Network, including directory assistance, tourist information, and street quest. Services are temporarily offline. Thank you.
Okay, so I can't really interact with the map, but it's clear enough. I do have a couple of things to do in the Derelict Row. I think I have to pick up something from one of the gang members or something like that. It has to do with the quest given to me by the undercover cop who's posing as a prostitute.
You watched the hockey game last night? Wins against the Habs? What a massacre.
Chiron building. Apartment building. Okay. Well, I guess I'll go to the Derelict Row and do what I have to do there. Which is... yeah, go to the Derelict Row. Supplying weapons to the local gang. Can find a shipment of weapons. Okay, so I have to find a shipment of illegal weapons, I guess. Now, I imagine the gang members aren't going to be happy with me sneaking into their territory. But I need to get past those crates somehow. I am not strong enough to pick that up. Can't move those. I wanted to stack something up here and then jump over them, but apparently that's not exactly possible. Maybe there's some other way to get there, like through the roof or something. This I imagine is totally blocked. Oh, but there are some drugs over here. Interesting. It seems weird to...
You got any credits to spare? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna use them to buy booze.
I ain't no guinea pig. Ain't no way I was getting aug just to keep my job. I ain't no guinea pig.
Okay. It seems weird to me that they would lock you out of this area unless you have a very specific aug that ups your strength. So there has to be some other way of getting past here.
Don't come no closer, Slick. Back off.
Yeah, that's what I imagined. They wouldn't be too happy about me, Now I don't have like a baton or a crowbar to try to break those. So, the easiest thing would be to stack something up. Oh, apparently I can read a local newspaper. I don't think I've read this edition. Yeah, anti-aug terrorist at large. Ezekiel Zeke Sanders, that's the guy. Well, some people would say I let him go, but I choose to maintain that the police actually was totally incompetent, because to me it seemed very much like they should have caught him, even after, because I didn't want to let him go, but I still considered this outcome to be better than risking the death of the hostage. Yeah, hostages rescued. It's interesting that to the press it seems how it was strange that they were standing around doing nothing, which is actually true because they were ordered to stand by Sarif, who wanted me to go in first, but I guess the newspaper doesn't mention that because it's not officially known. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently there was like a police shooting in Mexican town, and it was mentioned that it was over the scandal concerning Mexican town that Jensen first left the SWAT. So I guess he was somehow involved in this. Maybe he didn't want to take part in this, so then he resigned as a protest. Okay, I imagine they are all the same, right? Yeah. But I'll take a look at the actual headlines as well. Money troubles. Money travels. Okay. But I wanted to look for something that I could stack. I could, stack up against the crates and then climb on it. Because while I'm here, it would be good if I took care of it so that I don't have to backtrack later on. I can't pick up any of those items, which I'm a little disappointed by, because you'd think, for example, those wooden parts would be a good stepping point to this.
Turn around, Aug. This doesn't concern you.
Well, okay, I guess I'll come back later, which actually I think I have some AUG points. Yeah, I have 2. So actually maybe I can get like maybe I'll get this strength upgrade. Like, it's not my priority, but I guess it might be useful. Energy consumption low. Upgrade cost 1. Now there's also an AUG that lets you jump higher, right? Yeah, this one. But it's activation cost 2. Okay, you know what? I'll reduce to recoil. That's not essential, given how I don't really use lethal weapons. Yeah, but it seems to me that it's really weird that they would restrict you unless you have a very specific singular type of AUG. Well, I guess the higher jumping would work as well. So I'm pretty sure there should be some other way to get through here. I kind of don't want to waste the point on upgraded strength, even though it might be used. I mean, it might be useful in the long run. Yeah, what the hell? I'll take this. Confirm. And this should let me pick this up, but I have to be careful because I imagine they are going to object to me going in there. Now I do have plenty of tranquilizer shots. Maybe,
Turn around, Aug. This doesn't concern you.
Maybe I can talk to them, although I doubt it. Anything to say?
I ain't gonna say it again. Get out of here.
Okay, so I guess they can't exactly be reasoned with. So you go to bed, and you. It's weird how he doesn't even care. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to take their money, after all. They didn't try to kill me first. Although, I probably should, because... pistol ammo... Because how am I going to get funds for my things later on, but I'll try to be considerate for now. Okay, run down cars.
Keep out of this, Hanser. Get lost. Don't push it, asshole. I ain't telling you again.
Oh, okay, I guess it's a full-on shootout at this point. Which I guess they shot at me first this time, so that kind of partially absolves me, in my own mind at least. So maybe I'll take their money after all. Freak. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing well.
Run, you bastard! Let's finish this! Can't hide no more.
Maybe this doesn't have such a long effective range or something, because the guy in the distance wasn't hit. Okay, there's two left. I think that's all of them in the vicinity. Is this a civilian? I guess so. Okay. I can sell the ammunition later on, which is definitely something I'm happy with, because in the previous Deus Ex games I played, that being Deus Ex 1 and Invisible War, you couldn't really sell items that you picked up, so when I played non-lethal I ended up with a lot of useless stuff, because I didn't use lethal weapons and I didn't use the ammunition, and there was no way for me to sell them or to profit from them in any way, which was kind of annoying. Okay, I'm looking for a cache of illegal weapons. Not exactly sure where would that be, but I will search through the entirety of the location anyway. Prick.
Who's over there?
Ah! Well, there goes the undetected part of the quest. I was pretty certain I was going to fail that anyway. I'm not that good at sneaking. Well, I guess I'm not that good at playing this game in general, seeing how often I die. but he's a prime target for knocking down using the melee takedown. I just need to be... Okay. So, from the fact that the objective failed the first time, I imagine this part of the level is where I'm supposed to search for the hidden cache of weapons. Okay, I'll take one with the dart and the other one, although there are 3 of them, there is other one there, so yeah, because I'm pretty quickly running out of darts, which definitely going to be problematic.
Yo, somebody stop him! Have some of that! What the fuck is that?
Yeah, there goes the undetected part. Wow, okay, there are so many of them that I don't really even think I can take them all. Maybe it's actually wiser to indeed try to stay undetected and just sneak past them, because I definitely don't have enough ammunition to take them all from a distance. Locate the cache of weapons.
Anyone got him? Keep your eyes open. He pokes his head out, we blow it off.
Yeah, there are like 6 of them on my radar just now. Just definitely more than I think I can deal with. Although maybe if they stay separate, I can pick them out one by one. Okay, anything here? I guess no. This area is actually pretty big, so there are plenty of places to look through, although there seems to be nothing in most of them so far. And I'm almost out of ammunition, which is definitely troubling.
Who is it? You gonna stay out there, asshole?
Okay, there's one guy nearby. I should be able to take him down
If you're here, you better come out.
manually. Come on. It's interesting how he's almost
Imagine it.
afraid to go past the door. Probably shouldn't particularly care about the bodies at this point. I was already discovered, but oh well. Okay, there is one guy there. Should be able to take... But there are 3 more over there. Damn it, that's not looking good for me, to be honest. Nothing in this container. Why can't I take him from this angle? It's interesting how they don't even notice that. Like he wasn't even that far, and Jensen straight up punched him in the face, which wasn't the quietest method to do that. So, and there are 3 others in this building over here. I don't really know how to deal with all of them, to be honest. I do have plenty of ammunition for the stun gun, but I do not have the stun gun itself, so maybe I should look around in the shops and try to buy it or something. Okay, nothing here. I imagine the cache is probably inside the building. That would be the more logical place to hide it, instead of under a bridge. But then again, I've never been involved in this kind of illicit activities, so can't say I'm exactly experienced in that. Okay, excuse me, I need to pause for a second, so be right back. Okay, I'm back, so let's continue. Okay, there's a passage to some other area over here, but there's still a lot of enemies around. And I don't feel confident about the amount of opposition in this area and my capabilities. Freak. Okay, I think I'm screwed. Yeah, I'm pretty screwed at this point. Yeah, it's probably not wise to get detected. But it's easier said than done when you suck as much as I do. I'll try going past the hole in the fence, somewhere over here. Okay, okay, so there's like a sewer part or something. And I guess the sewers themselves would be pretty good place to hide the weapons. After all, it's a place you don't exactly visit frequently. For now, I mostly see a lot of trash, but okay, there are 3 guys over here. Again, I'm not feeling at all confident in my ability to engage them. Some toxic waste, I guess, or maybe flammable materials. Yeah, I don't see how would I get past them over here. So that isn't exactly a good position to be in. I'll go back up. Okay, so this is the hidden cache, I guess. Am I supposed to pick them up or only... Ah, this is the weapon shipment, right? So I guess I only photographed it or something. I don't need the grenades. Ammo capacity upgrade. Now would that work? Damn it. Okay, I think if I move this to here, I should have enough. Would that work on my tranquilizer rifle? Nope. Then I think I'm going to sell it. And I guess if I'm stealing, I might as well take it all to sell later on. Okay, I think I'm out of here actually. Because as I said, I don't at all feel confident with engaging with them all. And to be honest, at this point, I feel like I wasted most of my ammunition for nothing. When I started to explore this area, I had like 12 tranquilizer darts, and now I have 3.
Jesus, what is it now?
So I'm definitely not happy about that. But oh well, it is what it is. I prefer not to reload and not to save scum unless, you know, I die, in which case it's required to reload. But if I manage to get by, if only just slightly, then I'll try to do my best to continue with whatever limited resources I'm left with. I just think it's a more interesting and a more authentic experience this way. Although there is still huge parts of this area that I haven't exactly explored. But I'm not sure if I should, because I am pretty much out of ammunition at this point. Oh, there was a sewer manhole all along, and I imagine, I'm pretty certain now, that it would have let me get past all of the enemies, right? Because it probably connects to that other sewer from the other side. Is this a civilian?
Put that weapon away.
Okay.
You were human once. Beautiful. Why did you do it?
Well, in the words of Jensen himself, I didn't ask for this.
Whoa, man. That's some getup you got. What you trying to hide?
I've been out on the streets a long time. Seen a lot of bad shit out here.
So I guess it's just a shelter for some homeless people. But maybe it doesn't connect to the other part of the sewer.
Take a look. Drink it all in. It ain't pretty, is it?
After all, but it has to serve some purpose, right? So maybe it's part of a later quest or something. But those are the markings of the gang. So I guess it is their territory after all.
Keep out of this, Hanser. Get lost.
Yeah, I think it does connect to the other part, because on the right over there, I saw 3 indicators on the radar, which would be the 3 guys that I didn't know how to get past through before. But it doesn't really matter at this point. I already lost the objective to remain unseen, and I've already got the weapons.
That serf actually thinks augmentations are going to help mankind. There are people in this city can't afford to eat.
I don't know how that's relevant, because those are actually totally separate issues. But oh well. Okay, there's like a garage here or something. But I can't hack it, right? Because that's security rank 3, and I only have... yeah. Upgrading my hacking might actually be a good idea, but even if I wanted to, I can only get to level 2 now. Okay, so I guess... oh, I wasn't here.
What's the deal, baby? Need something?
I guess this is like a whole another
Man, this
street.
town is dead. I should have just moved to Philadelphia.
What do you want, Knock?
But what would I find here? No, wait, I'm back. How is it even... oh, okay, so I'm just a freaking idiot, right? Because I went around, and this is back at the main street. Here is the undercover cop that gave me this quest in the first place, and here I was wondering if there's another way to get into Derelict Row without upgrading my strength augmentation, and look, it's a whole freaking wide open street, so I guess I'm just an idiot. Oh well. Now, yeah, because I've entered through here, and I could have entered through the other part, but I guess it's too late to regret that. Okay, I don't think this is the apartment building I need to visit, because that one, I think it was like something court. Not sure what exactly what it was called by. Yeah, Brooklyn Court. So I doubt this is it.
You know who's behind these attacks on Sarif Industries, don't you? The same people who faked 9/11.
Oh, so I guess 9/11 conspiracy theories are still alive.
People see conspiracies everywhere. They're saying that Lim's personal catalogs mean some people get preferential treatment. Please.
Well, you probably don't want to know about my preferential treatment.
You looking for something?
No offense, but if it were up to me, this place would have a no-aug policy.
If you ask me, these riots are David Seraf's fault. How can you say that? He has this air of arrogance about him, this sense of superiority. People don't like arrogance.
David Seraf has almost single-handedly kept the city afloat for the past 15 years. A lot of people have jobs because of him.
Doesn't mean he has the right to look down on us. In fact, most people who support augmentation technology have that sense of entitlement about them. Like, because they have money and can enhance themselves, they can do whatever they want.
Put it in perspective, Sherry. If the people you're talking about have jobs, chances are they have David Seraf to thank for it.
Before you ask, no. Your mirror has not been replaced, Mr. Jensen.
Oh, so I guess I live in this apartment?
You're a very lucky man to be able to afford all those augmentations.
Well, my employer actually paid for them. Not to mention, I didn't ask for this. So let's go inside Jensen's apartment then. See what I can find there. Maybe I can visit some other apartments while I'm here.
Mr. Jensen, I fixed up your apartment real nice. That special request you asked for works like a charm.
Okay, so I imagine, judging from the fact that this opened, that this is mine.
I heard they want to give David Seraf the key to the city. Something about the city's rebirth.
Elevator out of order.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I knew you and that Max were close, but I didn't realize you were that close.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I guess I wanted to be reminded of what it was like to be with someone normal.
You were the one who wanted us to get enhanced. Now you're saying we're not normal anymore. Well, I'll try not to touch you too often with my cold, dead metal hand. Okay?
Some marital problems, I guess. To be honest, I find this whole dichotomy between quote-unquote normal and augmented people to be a little bit ham-fisted. It doesn't strike me as too authentic, to be honest, because, like, at this point, most of the augmentations are things like artificial limbs or something. So to discriminate against the person on the basis that they have a mechanical hand or something seems awfully backwards and weird. It's almost like you were discriminating against disabled people, but well, it's not a perfect analogy, because I guess augmented people actually in some ways have better opportunities than non-augmented ones, because, you know, they are stronger, they don't feel pain in the limbs that they've replaced, although I guess they feel pain in general after being augmented, so that probably sucks overall. But what I want to say is that I don't find it particularly realistic that that society at large would be so antagonistic because someone decided to replace his freaking arm with a metal one. It's not like it makes sense to me when we are talking about serious genetic engineering, you know, enhancing your intelligence to superhuman levels. Like, for example, if people were en masse like getting neural implants that would allow them, I don't know, to see through walls or to count with the speed of light or whatever, things that would obviously make them superior, like cognitively, then I could see people being annoyed at that and saying, you know, I can't compete with that, it's unfair. But simple things such as, I don't know, having mechanical limbs I just don't see how that is sensible to discriminate against someone based on that, especially because I assume many of those people, or maybe even most of those people, actually received those artificial limbs, those prosthetics, because they were disabled in the first place, or they suffered some kind of an accident, as Jensen himself did. And, excuse me, in that case, it's even more callous and sort of like, I don't quite get it, and I feel like the game is trying to make some kind of crude analogy, like to racism, and it doesn't quite work to me. But I'll see where the game goes with it in the long run. For now...
Welcome home, Mr. Jensen.
Yeah, I guess this is my apartment. And I guess Jensen is not a big fan of keeping things tidy. Crunchy pirate. He is, however, a fan of cereal, it seems. Newspaper. Okay, I already read that edition. Okay, I imagine I should have the code to my freaking own control panel. Maybe it's logged somewhere on my computer or something like that. I guess he hasn't finished moving in or something. I guess those are the pictures from his time in SWAT. Books. Sports encyclopedia. Feeding the fires of Babylon. That sounds kind of ominous. Child and violence again. I guess this is Megan with their dog, Kubrick. Laws of Detroit and its well-known well-known sequel, Laws of Detroit 2. Anything?
An extremely regrettable affair.
Okay, I already watched that audition about the leader of the Human Front condemning the attacks. Narcotics, yeah, Laws of Detroit 2. It was so good. The first one was so good that they made a sequel. What else? A telescope. I guess Jensen is into astronomy, or at least was at some point. Some machinery, so maybe he's into engineering as well. Yeah, I guess he's probably kind of depressed, because judging from the overall state of this apartment, it looks like he doesn't have the strength or the conviction to clean it up, you know. His bed is unmade, and there are things all around, you know. He didn't even unpack all of his things. I think there are like get well cards over here, something. Yeah, may you heal quickly. Life is hard. He didn't even throw them up. Like, it has been what, 6 months since the accident? Ebook. Narcotics again. Another lecture by Hugh Darrow. Yeah, I guess this talks exactly about what I was talking about earlier, you know, how I feel that the real sort of interesting part of the whole augmentation thing has to do with the capabilities of your brain instead of... It actually encapsulates my point pretty well, because he says we get carried away with the idea of bolting robot arms to our fleshy torsos, but I firmly believe that the real core lies within our brains. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Call landlord replacement mirror again. I guess... And he has various drugs over here, probably painkillers and stuff like that. Paracetamol. Yeah, right, so that's painkillers. I guess this broken mirror is almost like a commentary on the state of Jensen's like self-esteem and his difficulty in coping with his new body image after getting augmented, because, you know, he was getting up from bed and going into the bathroom and looking at himself, and he didn't like recognize himself in the mirror, so I guess he broke it out of rage and like sadness over the fact that he was augmented against his will and that his own body, his old body, was sort of taken away from him without his consent. And this note over here seems to indicate that this isn't even the first time it has happened, that he has been breaking those mirrors over and over again and then replacing them. That's actually kind of sad when you think about it. I think I explored everything here. There's some newspaper... Oh, a combat rifle. I can't get it because... some newspaper clippings. Lupus victim. Research. Needless something. So was he like researching the effects of the augmentations? Was he curious about what would happen to his body and started to collect like data on various medical procedures and whatever? Because it seems this way. Like, I can't exactly read this one. Yeah, living with your new cybernetic prosthetic. So I guess he's trying to cope with, you know, his new body. More pictures. Megan with the dog. I guess, is this Jensen? Like when he was younger or something? And this is some more photos from his work at SWAT. Okay, let's log into the computer. This is about his mirror, but I'm assuming he broke. Oh frig. Apparently they euthanized Jensen's and Megan's dog. That's sad. Like, imagine Jensen was probably depressed in the first place after waking up, but then but then not only everybody, well, maybe not everybody, but like a friend of his or of Megan's, not only she assumed that he would never wake up, but then she also euthanized their dog, and is only now telling me, which is kind of fucked up when you think about it. Like, why wouldn't she give it to a shelter or something? Like, it isn't spelled out here that he's dead, but that's what I'm assuming because she's using past tense. He was a sweet dog. That's weird. Like, why would you do it? Like, I understand that maybe she was unable to keep him. After all, not everyone can afford a pet, and not everyone can afford the time it's needed to care for a pet. But why would she straight up kill him instead of giving him away, like even to a shelter or maybe to some other friend? But then again, I can't exactly see Jensen himself caring for a dog in his recent state. But still, I'm not exactly okay with that. Like, I'm actually pretty annoyed. I would be doubly annoyed if my friend, after I had a traumatic accident, not only assumed that I would die, even though it wasn't certain at the time, but then also euthanized my freaking dog without thinking of other options first. I'm not okay with that. Yeah, I guess this gives me the access code to the... I guess at the very least they pay my rent. And apparently there's like a secret stash built inside the wall. So that's interesting. And I guess it fits with what the janitor told me earlier about... he said something about my special order being fulfilled. Okay, let's see what's in the special stash. More painkillers. Yeah, that's also kind of sad. Like, when you think about it, he has so much painkillers in his house that he's probably constantly in pain. Even, like, disregarding the fact that he doesn't need a neuropoison itself, it still tells a very bleak story about his current situation. Okay, I'll take the money. Automatic unlocking device, take this. I'll cancel the ammo. Okay, I guess I'll come back for the rest later after I sell the things I already have. I'm not sure if it's relevant to close it, but I'll do it just in case. Like, it would be pretty interesting and kind of surprising if at some point somebody discovered this based on whether I closed it or not. Oh, it didn't inspect this. I doubt... Like, that's very clearly not Megan and Jensen, right? They look nothing like themselves, so maybe those are Jensen's adoptive parents or something? I don't know. Maybe that's going to be revealed later on. Some paperwork. I can't exactly read that. Okay, so I think
Reestablishing security system.
That's all to be done in this apartment. I still have to locate this Brooklyn court, because that's where a lot of my objectives lie. Yeah, this is a main quest, so I'm leaving this for last. It is at the police station. Greg Thorpe, okay, I should meet with him. It's near the gas station. I was already there, but I didn't find his apartment. Meet with O'Malley next to the police station. Okay, so I can do this last after I find his apartment at the Brooklyn court. There is also this in an apartment Brooklyn court and this Brooklyn court, so pretty much all of my objectives sort of converge on that location. Let me take a look at the map here.
Welcome to the Detroit Automated Information Network, including directory assistance, tourist information, and street quest. Services are temporarily offline. Thank
So
you.
where would the Brooklyn court be then? It isn't marked on this map. I'll see the other map. Chiron Building, Derelict Row, Police Station, Downtown Apartments, Limb Clinic, Sarif Headquarters. I guess it's one of those? Like maybe this whole complex? Because I can, yeah. Ah wait, that's Tyndall's. Wait, so is the Brooklyn Court area that big? Is it this whole part? Because one quest is over here, one quest is over here, one is over here.
Welcome to the Detroit Automated.
Ah no, this is the alley near the police station where I'm supposed to meet with this O'Malley guy, right? So that I should save that for last. For now I should definitely meet with Greg Thorpe.
You want a part?
Okay, the police station is over here. But that's not where I want to go though. Yeah, I need to get to the other part of town, so back through the metro station, I guess. I must say I'm a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of like small detail there is to explore on those maps, because I am a type of person, I always want to talk with everyone and, you know, see every location, even though most of those people are like just generic NPCs and they only have generic voice lines, but I can never be certain of that until I try talking with them, and it's just consuming a lot of time. It's not that I'm complaining. I meet with Greg Thorpe, okay. Yeah, near the gas station, so the gas station is over here. It's not that I'm complaining, I definitely enjoy the feeling that this world is populated and that there are people on the streets that you can talk to. So I guess this is his apartment building, but how would I get inside? It's pretty weird to go in through a window. I'm not exactly sure what to think about it. Yes, security level 4, so you can't even dream about hacking that. Like, I guess the indicator is somewhere over here? Ah, right. Okay.
Grayson hooked me up with some real tight merch. Those AUG lovers get in my face now, I'm ready to pop them.
Grayson? Where he at these days?
Yo, where you been, man? He been running shit through that abandoned gas station for weeks.
Oh, word? I wanted to get some upgrades for my Zenith 10 mil.
He can hook you up nice, man. If you go, tell him I sent you. I want a discount next time.
Word.
Okay. So I guess this is Greg Thorpe's. Wait. No, that's actually... But I still need to talk with this guy, so... I guess that's
Hello there.
still cool.
Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of hard to miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Seraph headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match. We had the feds on our ass, orders from 3 different departments, and pressure from so many lobbyists it felt like being the scrawny new kid in a prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this was different.
Different how?
Too much stuff got overlooked. People seemed way too eager to jump to conclusions, and every time I was remotely insistent, I got turned down by ranking officers. People wanted to bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
Surely you have something more substantial than this.
Yeah, well, that's where you come in. I got a couple of leads I could never fully investigate. I started poking around, but these government-type agents just gave me the creeps. I got scared. Months away from retirement, I didn't want to fuck things up. But you obviously have the means to get to the bottom of this.
So what have you got?
First off, there's a rumor that the order to close the investigation came from higher up, maybe even outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed through Captain Penn. There might be traces of this left on his office computer.
Guess I'll have to pay a visit to the local precinct.
Well, while you're there, there was an officer assigned to the case, Chet Wagner. He's not what you call a choir boy. And when he suddenly got brought on the case, I got suspicious. Somebody wanted him there. And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence. You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay, I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby. He got retrograded from his conduct, and he takes depositions now. He won't budge easily, but I'm pretty sure you can find some dirt on him on his desktop. His office is on the 3rd floor. You might find something there to help loosen up his tongue.
Anything else worth looking into?
Yeah, when the order came down to close the case, the bulk of the evidence was stashed in a storage locker. Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891. But I know an outside agency had access to that locker, so be careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
It's nothing. And, please, don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
Okay, so there have been some flashes over here. I guess Beta flashed 2 times and Omega once. I guess this is the social implant at work, but I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with those. Okay, let's ask him about everything he knows.
You said an outside agency may have tampered with the storage locker. What did you mean by that?
Well, I've heard that government agents may have locked up some of the more sensitive evidence in a safe inside the locker.
Come on, Chase. What are you not telling me?
Damn it! Okay, listen. I snooped around that locker before and found the safe code. But I kinda got caught by one of those guys. He knows I know, Jensen. If I give you the code, they'll know I talked. Call me negative, but I can't think of a nice outcome to that.
Activate pheromones to convince him. Okay, let's try it. I hope it doesn't backfire on me, but I'm still interested in learning how this works. So, am I supposed to remember, for example, the order it was flashing in? Because to be honest, I don't really. I think it was this once, then this twice, and then this, but... Well, let's try it. I'm still interested in learning. If I screw it, then... Well, I guess it's a learning experience. Okay, so he's mostly a beta. So I guess... I guess this is probably the most... because he's partially an Omega type as well, and it says here that low self-esteem Omegas will be suspicious of this approach, but he had some bits of an Omega type and none of the Alpha type, so I guess this would work? Although, if he's... like, he's a cop himself, so I can't see him caving that easily to straight-up pressure, but... like, he had most of the beta flashes, I think, when it was analyzing him. But then again, he had a couple of those Omega ones as well. Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
I want that safe code. And you know I have the means to make you talk if I want to.
Look, I've been threatened by mobsters, gangers, pimps, and dealers for 40+ years.
No.
And it's not like I gave you nothing. So come on now. There's no need for these unpleasantries.
Rick.
You have to help Mrs. Reed find out more about her daughter.
Well, I wonder if I can retry, like, that would be strange, but still...
You said an outside agency.
Well, I've seen...
Come on.
Damn it!
Yeah, I can't. I guess I can always hack the locker. I will ask the rest of the questions, though.
How did you get assigned to this case?
I didn't push for it, if that's what you mean. To be honest, I didn't want to get involved.
Why not?
I was an honest cop, Jensen. I always tried to conduct myself in accordance with the law, with procedures, and what I believed was right. Not really the standard MO for a case like this.
Why retire from the force only to become a security guard? I mean, it looks like you still love the work.
I love the idea of being a cop. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to join the force. But I just got fed up. It's not like I had imagined it. It's a job. Some people are good at it, while others just don't care. And it shows. This case, the Seraph case, it was just the last drop in a cup already full.
Okay.
That's all I need for now.
Well, this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it here. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!